everyone. Good morning and thank you for stopping by to see my newest journal. I used the kits All About Dogs and the ephemera kit that goes with it from Sam Poole Designs. And like most of you, I enjoy the company of a dog. I haven't had one in several years, ever since my little long-haired Chihuahua Angel. I don't know if you can see her. My friend Terry Tackix created this for me. She's a fellow crazy quilter and a really good friend from Connecticut. And this little photo here she used of Angel, and she did her silk ribbon embroidery, which is absolutely beautiful. My favorite color is purple. And she just, it's a little postcard. And that is one of my treasures. Not only because it has little Angel on the front, but because it's made by my very sweet friend Terry. So I love to keep that around, but it was just too heartbreaking when Angel was put to sleep, because she was just such a part of our family, and I just couldn't bear the pain of losing another animal. So anyway, as some of you know, I now have a stray cat, actually two of them, and that kind of preoccupies my time now. So anyway, let's get to the journal. It's a hardcover journal. I covered a book that I had purchased from Jacqueline on Etsy. And what's it called? SouvenirdelaFrance, I believe, is the name of her Etsy shop. Anyway, so the kits are from Sam Poole, a couple little other things sprinkled about from other places. And on the front cover, I just have a metal charm that I put one of the dog pictures in, which is really cute with a little bow. A lot of the photos that Sam included were vintage. And I put the labeled dogs, and I used my last piece of French metallic lace. I love this lace, but I had to put it on here. You know, sometimes you just know where something belongs. Anyway, so let's see. It's 2 signatures. I just tied it with a sheer brown ribbon with a green piece of velvet through the center and an applique. And I have this book. A lot of people have it. I see it in a lot of journals. The pages are beautiful, and this poem, this specific poem, had 2 pages. One is on the back page, the actual poem, and the beginning of it with the lady walking her greyhounds. So I thought that would be perfect to make pockets. I just put some large paper in there for journaling. But it's a really neat poem, so it just went well. And Sam's kit has some beautiful little pages of dogs. I just put a piece of lace on there, and this is just a poem I had gotten off of Pinterest, I believe. And this is one of her backing papers. And I did use a lot of charms, Susan Clarke charms I had gotten years ago from a quilt show. I just kind of went crazy and bought a lot of them, but they're just adorable. So this is just a folded doily, paper doily. And of course, if you fold it, it's got several layers for ephemera. Now, some ephemera I did get elsewhere on free image sites, but most of it is from Sam. And I kind of tried to make, I don't know if this is a bulldog or a pug or a boxer. I don't know what it is. So anyway, I put that similar dogs through these pages. And this little envelope is from Sam. I think that's a boxer, but I don't know. But it kind of looked like this. Anyway, I put some of Sam's smaller cards in here, little paw prints and ephemera pertaining to dogs. And that just slips in there. I did leave plenty of space for journaling to jot down notes of your current and past dogs. And this little charm is a little Scotty dog with a piece of vintage lace. I did take one of the backing papers and print them on cardstock to use as tabs. And this is from an old encyclopedia. It's a fox, but it's, of course, a fox is from the dog family. So I put that in there with this sweet picture. And these postcards from Sam's kit. And a lot of the papers I printed on the linen for a little texture. I put a little vintage wedding gown netting and a little jeweled trim. And this, of course, I found online. I've had that for quite a while. There's actually two of these, two different colorways. But I needed to put that in there to use as a little belly band. And another one of Sam's adorable envelopes. And I just tucked some of her ephemera in here. I love this little sketch. That is cute. So it's just some little ephemera for journaling cards. And under dog training, I put this guy apparently trains, I don't know what dogs, spaniels or something. And then some polka dot netting that I found on Etsy. And I just kind of grouped a few of fabric, and then some of Sam's ephemera to put a couple of large photos of dogs, little puppies, and I did find at the last minute I found some washi, printable washi tape. I love these vintage images that went so well with Sam's images. I found them on Etsy on florenceandvintage, which is a new site for me. But there's a couple of them in here. They're really cute. She has cats too. And this is just, I turned this book page. It's from an old school primer. And Sam has one of her backing pages has 4 different image prints. So I just printed them out and slid them down and made these little pockets. And a little belly band with one of her labels, which she has a lot of little tags and labels in there in her kit, her ephemera kit. And some sweet little pictures of children. And this one says, Billy and me, or Mr. Billy, our Billy and me. I thought that was 1924. That's cute. Oops. And of course I had to put a little piece of colorful trim in. And, I bet I need to, oh no, this is just for writing. It's kind of a neutral, so you can write on these, but I did use this as a pocket too for some sketches. And this is a Susan Clarke bone, a little dog bone, and one of Sam's tags. I figured this is where you could put a picture of you and your dog or a favorite dog. And this is some Braille. Oh dear, one of my design team girls. Oh my goodness, I'm sorry, I can't remember who sent this, but it's Braille. I'd ordered some of her cards in her Etsy shop. I'll put it below. And she sent me some Braille. I love the color, and I've never had Braille before. So it had to go in here with the little trim and lace. And here are some more of those cards that you can jot notes on, but I also used both of these for tuck spots. And this little card from Sam is removable, so you can write a little note on the back or a date. And then I have some beaded trim here on these pretty papers. In Sam's kit, a little bit of trim. This is a page from a school primer as well. Whenever the schools have book sales, I used to buy them, and they come in handy for junk journaling. These were just found online on free sites, free image sites, but I thought they were pretty, add a little color. And Sam's tags for journaling. And a piece of vintage book page that's blank. I just love the feel of it and the color. And then a nice big card, journaling card from Sam's kit. And a little chain, like when I was growing up, dogs, a lot of the outside dogs, we called them, they were usually strays, but they wouldn't come in the house. They were afraid to come in the house, so my father always had kept up a nice dog house that we'd put straw in and stuff. Anyway, dogs were chained outside during the evening, so they didn't wander around. Then they were let loose during the day. I know that sounds cruel, but that's the way it was back then. Anyway, I put these cards, these images of owners of dogs in here that can be removed and jot notes on the back, or removed and just use this page for writing. It's neutral. And I created this in Photoshop. I added my own pictures of the dogs on this film roll, and then just punched out the the little square tab thingies, and used as a belly band for some nice journaling paper and a sweet dog image. Some coconut paper and a pretty vintage trim from a shop that I used to love called Flights of Fancy, which no longer exists. And a couple more, no, it's one more tag with some polka dot sari. I love that one. I just stapled for something different. And this with the puppies. And then this is just a little collage. And this page it's a bag that I just used the front as, I just collaged put a ruffle there and used it as a tuck. And the bag is a pocket, of course, for some more of Sam's tags. And it flips, and you can write on the back. And you can use some washi tape and put images, photos of your dogs and stuff. And this, I don't remember where this fussy cut came from, but I love book and letter and stuff. I love the fussy cuts that you can just plop in and use as pockets. And I just put Sam's postcards in them. And in the front, the dog, I just put this tiny, cute little photo. Used a little ruffle. And on this page, I used some mulberry paper, which I tore out the center, added some vintage lace and a piece of trim. And you flip it, and then it's a vintage music sheet, which I tore out as well. And then it comes to this little photo. which I used as a tuck spot for some smaller journaling cards. And this can be removed and written on the back. And here's a tiny little Dotson charm, if I can get it straightened out. Tiny Dotson charm. So I put the Dotson photo down here. Some more ephemera of dogs. And this is, I love this piece that's in the kit. And that is on a piece of coconut paper. And I made a tissue envelope, and I just put more images of dogs in here to journal on. Use a little piece of Velcro. I doubled it so it's nice and sturdy. I put a vintage applique, the schedule, anyway, it's a piece of vintage paper that I layered between the paper. This is a pocket that you can put something in, some special photos or maybe information about your dogs, their papers or whatever. And I just stitched around it. And another one of the Sam Design Pool team members uses a lot of the mica, so I finally found some on Etsy and ordered it, and I'm still learning how to use it, but this reminded me of dirty paw prints on a floor. So I used that piece as a little tuck spot for Sam's. She's got several really neat labels to use throughout the journal, so I figured you could use that. This page I thought was sweet. Skipper, and of course on the chain, like I said, way back when dogs used to live in dog houses. This is from a school reader from 1949. And this is another one of those books I found online, Fussy Cut, and it has more of the small journaling cards. Plenty of space to write. Oop, it was staying up there. Maybe that needs a little something there. And then I just used, I flipped over the page and used it to add removable images, photos of children and their dogs, and tucked several photos in there for more writing space. And this you can undo and use it as a large journaling space. Uh-oh, it's stuck. Okay, there we go. I'm glad I opened it. Oh yeah, when I glued that, I stuck it. There we go. A large journaling space on both sides, if you want. And then I used it as an actual belly band for some more photos. Here's the other piece of that tape from the Florence and Vintage, the washi. I thought it was really sweet. I don't know if you can see that. Isn't that sweet? Little dog and roses. It's like an old wallpaper trim. And then we have plenty of journaling space there, and another sweet page from the kit, and the poem, which is also a pocket to put your own special photos and papers. And then on the back, I did another frame, metal frame with the dog. And that's it. And it's just titled Dogs. And that was a very enjoyable project, working with dog images from Sam Poole. Well, have a great day. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.